Hey everyone, welcome back to the House of Bamboo. Today I'll be reviewing the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And yeah, it's nice to have a Star Wars movie back in theaters. It's been a minute. I can't remember the last Star Wars movie I've seen in theaters. So I hope you guys are having a good one and enjoying the second video this week. And if you haven't watched my previous video this week, you can check out my Mandalorian review video right here. Alright, starting with our video quote, I think this will be the last one, and then off of a big Star Wars movie, and I'm running out of video quotes that are actually good, so I hope you don't mind, but if you guys do mind, just leave a comment and I'll start doing them again. Alright, today's video quote is choose what is right, not what is easy. Alright, so as I usually do with all the new content, I will be starting my spoiler-free review, and basically if you guys should see this movie in theaters. And like I said, I'm always going to be honest, I don't think you should necessarily see this movie in theaters. I mean, sure, it's great to see a Star Wars movie in theaters again. I feel like that's the main compelling reason to go to theaters to see this. But overall, I don't think it's that worth of a movie to see in theaters. Like, the experience might not be worth it. I would only say go, like, if you're like a major Star Wars fan or you like love The Mandalorian, then yeah, sure, go ahead and see it in theaters. But for like the average Star Wars fan or just the average viewer in general, I don't think it's worth seeing it in theaters. Personally, like, my theater only had like 3 people in it. So I really don't think that many people care about this movie. And yeah, I mean, there's not much you could do going off a mid show. So yeah, only see if you're like a big fan. I wouldn't say going to theater is going to be a huge difference. I think you could just wait for Disney Plus. And I don't think we're getting any new Star Wars content for a while. So it's not like you have to rush and watch this because it'll be related to something else. All right, that's already all I had to say with non-spoilers. So let's jump into my spoiler review. So spoilers ahead for the entirety of the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. Alright, first off, I gotta say, it looks pretty good, especially on the movie theater screen. Like, it just felt so good seeing Star Wars again on the big screen. So I feel like that might have played a pretty big factor. But yeah, it was nice, and it did look pretty good. At least to me, I seen other people saying it looked pretty bad, but I think it looked to the same quality the show made better from what I could tell, which is good because I expected that, especially from a movie. Overall, I think just the entire experience of seeing a Star Wars on the big screen was really nice, and that make the movie worth seeing it in theaters just for you. And I don't really have much else to say about this movie. I have a couple things, so this is gonna be more of a shorter video, but you guys did get an earlier video this week. But yeah, I think the movie was overall pretty fun. Similar to the show, there's not much of a plot, so there's not much I can really talk about. Yeah, I think it definitely does have a plot though, especially compared to more parts of the seasons or entire seasons, to be honest. I was pretty compelled with this plot. I've seen a lot of people complaining online, saying the movie had like no plot or was like really bare minimum, and that was like super mid and not even mid, like complete trash. I feel like you can't disrespect this movie without disrespecting the show, because I think this is the same level as the show compared to the movie. Like, the difference is not that bad. Like, it's definitely not worse than the show. It's either the same level or better. So if you think this is worse than the show, then I think you gotta rewatch the show, because the show is not that good. And yes, I mean all seasons. Season 1, 2, and 3, they are all not that good. Like, heck, I even enjoyed the plot of this movie more than some of the seasons, like season 2 and 3. Maybe not 1, but it was actually a pretty compelling plot. And yeah, it was actually nice to have something with a plot, since we haven't gotten that in a while, since most of Mandalorian has no plot. I think a good part of this was because of Rada. I think he was an interesting character, how he's the son of Jabba the Hutt, and how he wants to be different and stuff like that. Sure, they could have made it more in-depth and stuff like that, but I think it did a pretty good job, and I was pretty interested in his character. But like I said, it's nothing too crazy. Like, you can't build a great movie off of a pretty mid show, so there's only so much you can do, which I feel like people are really seeing now. And hopefully this is a lesson to Disney and Star Wars that The Mandalorian is not that good, and now people are showing their true colors, but this is what the show has always been, so I feel like people are complaining a little bit too much about this. The only thing I'll say about Rada's character is the ending with him wanting to join the New Republic felt really random. I mean, maybe it's a service since they rescued him, but like, yeah, I just did not see that coming at all. It felt really forced. I think they should just took that line out and he could have just explored himself more. But I don't know, maybe that's some stuff in the comics or whatever. Let me know in the comments below, because I don't know. It seems like a movie thing because it was bad writing, so I'm assuming it's a movie thing. Alright, now the main thing that carried this movie, we gotta talk about Embo. Like, he was so great in this movie. Like, why could we not do Cad Bane like this? Like, He was so great in this movie. Like his introduction first off was just sick. Like that 5, 6, 7 minute sequence or whatever it was, that was great. Like it really just felt like a horror movie. Like the whole vibe changed and it was so cinematic. That was definitely one of my favorite moments of this movie. And just overall his character was sick. Like it was cool to see like an actual bounty hunter acting like a bounty hunter. Like I wish we got this more of Boba Fett and Cad Bane and stuff. But yeah, I'm just glad we got someone cool. So yeah, Embo definitely played a major role in my rating, which I'll talk about a little bit more later. But yeah, that definitely helped. It was just so cool to have that. And actually seeing like the Mandalorian actually like struggle, I guess, and stuff. So that was pretty cool because we never really seen a bounty hunter give him that much of a tough time from what I can recall. Lastly, my main negative is the ending. Like the last 30, 45 minutes is so boring. Like I thought the movie was gonna be over, like other than the Embo stuff. So like right after that, it was just so boring. Grogu caring for Mando. It felt like they were setting up Grogu as like another main character, kind of like he had at least like a good 10, 15 minutes of screen time. Maybe I'm exaggerating because it felt super boring, but it was a lot of screen time where I just generally just did not care. And maybe that's just me because, as you guys know, I don't care about Mandalorian character. So if I don't care about Mando's character, I'm sure as heck not gonna care about Grogu's character. So it felt really forced. And honestly, at that point, instead of watching that 30-minute sequence and all that boring build up for what we all knew what was gonna happen, I generally rather him just heal him with the force powers and get rid of the poison out of his bloodstream or whatever with the force. I'd much rather that. We already seen them do it with the seagulls and stuff like that. Sure, poison might be a little different, but generally I think I'd rather that and wouldn't have taken any points off than that boring sequence. That was just such a pain to watch. That's really all I have about this movie. So my overall rating is a 7 out of 10, which I think is going to be a bit higher than most people's ratings because people are switching up, even though this is exactly what the show's been about since the very start. Embo is like the main reason why it's a bit higher because every time I thought about giving it a lower score, I was just thinking about Embo and all his scenes, and I was like, yeah, it definitely deserves a 7. Maybe not definitely, like an actual rating probably like a 6 to 6.5 out of 10. I probably wouldn't go any lower than a 6, but definitely not any higher than a 7 unless you're a huge Mando fan. But even then, 7.5 max. But yeah, pretty good movie. This is exactly as I expected on my predictions. I said a 7 out of 10. So it just made it because that's a low 7. But yeah, would have been cool if I got to a 7.5 and surprised me. But yeah, no, that did not happen. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys on the next one.